8.5, and 10.5. This is basically getting all the data that you would possibly need for a graph that you're going to make. Notice that the midpoints are also jumping by 2, which is the class width. Okay, this is, by the way, your second checkpoint right there, is that your cumulative frequency at the end matches your total. Class boundaries are something that are halfway between the classes. So if I had to have a point that was halfway between 3 and 4, what would it be?
3.5.
3.5. So it is a number halfway between the classes. In this case, it is adding or subtracting 0.5 from stuff. Okay, now we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 graphs. Not the worst thing in the world. We can do it. 12 graphs to learn in this chapter. Today we're doing 4. Remember how this chapter took us forever? Yes.
I hate ogive. I hate it.
You don't hate an ogive. You just like saying ogive.
No, it's like the worst thing ever.
Why?
I don't know, just like I was confused on it the whole time.
Oh, okay. All right, next. A histogram looks like a bar chart, except for the bars are touching. So I wrote down all the stuff you need to know at the top of the page. It says, remember that consecutive bars have to touch. This is a frequency histogram, so everybody please draw some axes. We're only using positive axes right now because our frequency is going on this side. Down here, I'm going to write the label comforting numbers. Right now, I'm marking out 5 columns, but I put down 6 marks, and that's because, look at my hand right now. Like, one of my columns will be right here. Here's my second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one. So it's in between the points. So I did 6 of them. Okay, now this time we're doing, oh, I wrote this wrong. The classes can be labeled with the midpoints. Fix this for me. Classes can be labeled with the midpoints in the middle or with the class boundaries. I'm going to do class boundaries for this one. I'm also going to break the axis, which I often do because I don't care to start at 0 or to make it look perfect. Okay, so let's see. My first class is 2 to 3. So instead of writing 2 to 3 under here, I'm going to write 1.5, which is 0.5 below 2, and 3.5, which is halfway between 3 and 4. And then what? 5.5, 7.5, 9.5. Noah, what's the last number?
11.5.
It also goes up by by 2s. George, are you following so far? The frequency is the number of the frequency. Remember, that's just how many are in each category. I think our highest number there was 4. This one I don't need to break my axis because I'm starting at 0. 3420. Three, 4, 2, 1, 0. That's a frequency histogram. All right, moving on to a frequency polygon. What is in general, Georgia, what's a polygon? Yep, it's a shape, which means it is contained, right? It is, so it has like no empty spots. It's going to come back together at the end. So this is going to be a line graph that will start on the x-axis and end on the x-axis and come back like a shape. Data this time will be midpoints on the x-axis and the y-axis will be frequency. The beginning and the ending of the graph touches the x-axis. Okay, I don't remember if you add one midpoint to the beginning or one midpoint to the end, or if it must be both. Yeah. Okay, so you go one before the first midpoint and one after the last midpoint. So let's see, 1, make them smaller this time, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are our comforting numbers. Over here, we've still got frequency.